Hello there, I'm Dave Allen, I'm good and geeky, and today we're in Affinity Designer and we're going to make this zigzag shape and we're going to do it using the pen tool. Let's have a go and see how we can do this and make it so that it all lines up properly. Here we are with the new document started here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get the pen tool to start this off. If I was doing a zigzag like this, then I could just zigzag it out, look. And then I could make it so that these lined up on one side and these lined up on the other side. I can do that just by using the node editing tool here, and I'm going to grab these on this side here, and then I'm going to go to the alignment tool. So I get this alignment tool here and I can set that so it's all going to line up to this here. So those are all lined up on that side, and then this one here we've got the alignment tool again, and I'm going to line those all up as well. So we've got all of these here so that they all line up. There's our guide there, and you show that's lined. We could have used a guide to be able to do it as well and snapping to guides, but that's one way of doing it. But what if you want a zigzag that is going to taper and be smaller at the bottom than the top? We need something to use to line it up. We start at the top here like this, and this is going to be the basic shape of our design here. So now I can bring this across here, and that's going to sort of line up with the line there. So I've just got to click and do the same again over this side here. When I get the yellow bit there, so it's lined up with the line, that's good. And then the same on this side here, got the yellow bit, it's lining up. And as soon as I see the yellow there, it's lined up with a line. And that's going to finish that off. Now what I need to do is I need to go to the node editing tool here and select the bits that I don't want. Get rid of that first one there, get rid of that second one there. Okay, so now we got the shape that we were looking for. And let's put a curve into that there just to make it look a little bit better. In fact, what we can do as well is let's put an end point on it. Let's put a little arrow on the bottom of that as well. And then what we can do is we can make it so that the line is thicker at the top than it is at the bottom. So let's make it thicker overall first of all. So let's get that thickness up there. And we've got a nice mitre of 20 on there, and this set to the mitre join. It doesn't matter which one you set these because it's basically a line that we're working with. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to adjust the pressure. So with the pressure here, I'm going to get this here, and if I try bringing it down by itself like that there, it's going to come down both at the same time. If I hold down the option key and bring this one down, I can bring this down just by itself. And as you can see, it's got thinner at the bottom here at the end of the line. And I need to take it up just a little bit because I don't want it quite that thin at the bottom, so that's good. That's lovely. Now what we can do is we can go into this here and I can do add stroke. So let's add a stroke to that there. So now we're going to work on this other stroke, which at the moment set at 0 points. So let's click on that there, change it from 0 points to something a bit thicker. We need to change the colour of it as well so we can see it better. So let's change the colour to this pinky sort of colour. We need to set these points as well, so we've got sharp ones here rather than the roundy ones, and we can do that by doing the joiner here and setting the mitre level so that it's something bigger. 9 usually sort of is going to be enough. So we've got that set. It's still not thinner at the bottom though, this one, so I need to go to the pressure on this one and change that as well. Let's get this here, hold down the option key and bring that down. And also I can change the end as well, so it's got the arrow as well. Okay, so that's looking good. And then what we can do is we can put this roundy corner on here. So we've got the square shape there at the moment. Let's put this end cap on it. That looks a little bit better. And then what we can do is we can start working on it with our effects. So let's go to effects. We could put 3D on there if we wanted to, make it look a bit 3D. And then we can go for an outer glow. Let's put an outer glow on there, change the colour of the outer glow to something sort of fitting in with the rest of what we got there. And then put the radius on there, so that makes it glow nicely. Going a bit neon with this, lovely. And then we can put an outer shadow on it as well. So let's get the outer shadow. And then with the outer shadow I want to get the offset tool. And with this here I can move this around just as I want using the mouse. That's kind of nice, like that. And basically the rule with this is that the further you have it away from the main shape here is the more radius you want to put onto this. So let's get the radius and make it softer. So this is Dave Allen, I'm Good and Geeky, showing you how to do a line like that, which is fatter at the top and thinner at the bottom, with an arrow on it as well. And also we've got some shadows and other effects to make it look nice. Thanks for watching the video, and now it's time for you to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any of the videos I put up about various things to do with using the Mac, iOS, and also sometimes with Raspberry Pi. I'm Dave Allen. Bye bye now.